You go.
I go. Sorry, I'm looking at my dog. She has literally been throwing up all weekend, so that's fun. But anyway, I'm just gonna share, I guess, about my journey as like a coach and being on this team. I first did the 21 Day Fix when I was like, I think it was 2 years ago now. It was like August and started it at the worst possible time. Like, I think I went on vacation right when I started it. Like, I was so stupid. I like counted French fries as my yellow container. Like, I was just such a cheater. But I still saw results. Like, I still lost like 6 pounds. And for me at the time, that was huge because I had been really into running beforehand and I was like kind of over exercising, like because running kind of started being boring and stopping working, and I was really just all about the calories. Like, I wanted to burn as many calories as I could so I could lose as much weight as possible, and I would eat very few calories. So I was very restrictive during the week, and then on the weekends I would like usually end up binge eating. Like, I would have like a cheat meal, and then that meal would turn into just like, sorry, there's bugs, that would turn into just horrible binge eating, like bags and bags of chips and tons of like protein bars, just like so much food. And so that actually caused me like some digestive issues, which I struggle with now. But the upside of that is like Shakeology is literally healing my gut. And now I like just recently went off all supplements, vitamins, and probiotics to help my gut heal itself. And so Shakeology is literally the only thing. So right after the month of doing this program, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm learning about food beyond calories. Like, I'm learning that there are different food groups, and like just nutrition like was blowing my mind because I thought everything was the same. I thought, a calorie from an ice cream cone was the same as a calorie from a piece of kale. Like, I just didn't know. And so that blew my mind. And then seeing these results within 3 weeks, I was like, what the heck is happening? And then having the community of girls, like these virtual boot camps, like pouring into me and feeling uplifted by that, because none of my family was really into health. Nobody in my family had like problems with their weight. Like, everybody was just like fine with the way they were. And so I was always super frustrated because I was like the odd one out and I just wanted to find a solution. So 21 Day Fix totally changed my life. And then my coach offered me the opportunity to sign up as a coach. And I was like so against it at first. I was like, I don't understand like why you want me to coach. Like, I'm not at my goal weight. I'm not like qualified to be a coach. And she just said, well, why don't you just like sign up for the discounts? And I was like, what? There's a discount? And so I started for the discount because Shakeology was my lifesaver. And she told me also, like, you can get paid to get other people involved. And so I was like, all right, like, I want this. Like, and I love the community. So I was like, I want more of that too. So totally started without the intention of working a business, building this into anything, without like wanting to go anywhere with this. Like, I had my life planned out. I wanted to be a musician, blah, blah, blah. But my coach kind of painted the picture of like, coaching could be this side gig if you want, but if not, you're still getting the discount. You're getting the community, like, so worth $15 a month. Like, that's like an Amazon Prime membership. So that's why I like originally signed up. And then my first month as a coach, I got like 2 girls signed up, 2 friends, and they both kind of like dropped out and canceled initially. And I was just like, how do they not get it? Like, how are they not like being transformed like I am being? So I kind of was like on this mission, and I was like, I'm going to find people that like need this as much as I do. And then it was like this addictive, like, I just need to help people like in the way that I've been helped, because it's such a transformative experience. I want to see other people experience that as well, because I know there's girls out there who have been through the same thing I've been through. So that's kind of where coaching like started for me. And then, I dropped out of school, changed my like pursuit of just life and a career, and decided to get married and get my yoga certification. And then I realized like all of my passions won't pay me, but coaching will. Like, if you put a lot of hard work into music and being an artist and writing songs, that's awesome. But like, there's a lot that goes into chance and being in the right place at the right time, knowing the right people. And so I was just like, I don't want that to be like my existence and my career. Like, I want something to where I can work for it and I can know that I'm going to get paid for that work. And same thing for yoga teaching. Like, you can teach 10 classes in a week. But like if you're at a studio where they just like don't really value your time or like don't have enough money to pay you, your pay is determined on like how many heads you can get in that class. Like if it's only a room for 20 people, like you just can't get paid very much. And so I grew up in a family where money was always an issue, and I just was like done with that. I was like, I'm not going to live my life and like build a family someday where money is going to be this issue and this struggle. And I'm really passionate about helping girls and helping them with what I've gone through. So why not coaching? Like, why not just give it a go and try and go all in and have it be my plan A instead of my plan B? So shifted things around, and that's just kind of when my business started like actually working, was when I decided to do it and to make it work. So my journey, I guess I just want to share that like, no matter where you're at, if you're in that discount place and you're like, I just want the community and the discounts, like that's amazing. Like start there, and like that's cool, like no matter what. But it's like you have to give yourself the opportunity to see what this could be for yourself in order to like, I don't know, go anywhere with it. So, and I know a lot of us like are held back from signing up because of fear and commitment, but you really just don't know what you're missing out on. Like you have to just go for it and decide that either you're going to go all in with the business and you're going to do this thing and you're going to make it work, or you're going to sign up and just get the benefits of the community and the discounts and kind of like watch us do our thing and like be encouraged by the community. But either way, you're not losing anything. Like you're just like gaining. You're gaining friendship. You're gaining community. You're gaining like amazing health and nutrition products that can heal your freaking gut and like make you the happiest person in the world. So that's my journey. And now I'm here 2 years later and full-time coach, and so happy, trying to build myself to some big goals and building a team too alongside of me. So that's like a really awesome opportunity to also bring friends into this who want to build the business with you. And then you're building a team. And it's like, I mean, that's where all of us came from. We're all on the same team. So it's just like, and you find the best friends too. So that's all I got. Yay.
I can't remember if I was next on that thing that we did. Yeah. Okay. So my name is Gina. So a little bit about me first. I signed up as a coach in October of last year, so it's been a year already. But I always like to reiterate that I didn't actually start working the business until a few months later, like in December of last year. So my story is a little bit different, where I, at the time, was a struggling personal trainer trying to work a full-time job because being a personal trainer did not bring in enough money to make it a full-time job. And I was easily working 12 plus hours, starting at a gym at 5 a.m. and teaching a session at the end of the night at 7 p.m. While at the same time not even taking care of myself at all, never paying attention to my own health. Like I'm one of those people that like, you know, I can look fine on the outside, but I feel like shit on the inside. So I was always that person where I was like, oh, well, if I eat this slice of pizza, I'll be fine. Like I'll look fine, but I would literally feel like crap on the inside. So I really needed somebody to hold me accountable on that and just say like, yeah, Gina, even if you look fine, like that's not all that matters. You know, what matters is actually how you feel. So I found my coach, Carly, on Instagram. I think it was just on my Explore page. And she was talking about how she was a struggling yoga teacher and how health and fitness was her passion, but going from studio to studio, working crazy hours, not making barely enough money, was a struggle for her. And I was in the same boat because I still had to work my full-time job, which I don't enjoy, but I'm still doing it. You know, but not even being able to help as many people as I wanted to. And then at the same time, like I wasn't even taking care of myself. So who's going to trust somebody that's not taking care of themselves with their own health and fitness? So I signed up right away. I was all about the coaching aspect of it at first. But then I said, you know what, like I really need to pay attention to my own health and fitness first, because I was not anywhere, you know, ready to jump into this without dealing with myself first. So that's why I always like to say, even though I signed up as a coach right from the beginning, I didn't start actively coaching until like December or January, which is like the best freaking part about this job, is because you don't have to do anything you don't want to, and you don't have to do anything you're not ready to. until you're ready to do it. Like, there's nobody holding you back. But at the same time, I wish I started so much earlier, because I feel like I could have helped so many more people. And the people that I have currently signed up with me right now, like, I feel like they could be farther in their own health and fitness if I just got over my damn self and like did it from the beginning. So, you know, I did 21 Day Fix, and I never worked out for 21 days straight. Never even considered portion control, or never even ate as many freaking veggies as I ever have since starting. So what I look like on the outside matches what I feel on the inside. And that's like for the first time ever, which is like what I was looking for, really. So my story is a little bit different, where nobody really had to convince me to sign up as a coach. Like, I was kind of one of those people that was just like gung-ho about it. I was just like, heck yeah, like I want to do something different in health and fitness. But at the same time, like, for my own journey, is I just wish I started sooner rather than holding myself back. So if I could say anything, there's no point in holding back, because there really isn't. Like, you get the discount, and then at the same time, like, if you share it with one or two people, which for me, if like a program has changed your life, I feel like it's a little selfish to not tell people about it. You know, you could be helping so many people while at the same time getting paid for it. So that's a little bit about me. I'm not sure who wants to go next.
I'll take the lead. So I'm Megan. My story is kind of similar to Leanna's in a sense of I struggled for a while with various programs and just trying to find this balance between health. So outside of coaching, I'm a full-time math teacher, and I also coach field hockey and lacrosse at my school. So I'm currently in a season of life where I'm working 12 to 17 hours a day, every single day. But it's going to be over soon. But my issue was I grew up playing sports like my entire life. And then I graduated from college and I was pursuing a master's. I was full-time student teaching. I was a full-time student. I was in the classroom all day, every day. And I just couldn't find this balance of health because I had never actually learned proper nutrition. And so I went through programs like Tone It Up and BBG and weightlifting programs and cardio programs, and I just never completed them because I was trying to do it on my own. And so once I signed up as a customer, I started as a customer. I think all of us actually did. And I found out that there are programs that I can, work into my lifestyle. That was just a game changer for me. Like, I could move yesterday's workout to today and stick with the program. And I completed the 21 Day Fix successfully 2 times in a row. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this community actually works. Having people that understand your struggles actually works. And I fell in love with the community and set up as a discount coach to start because I had fallen in love with my pre-workout and my Shakeology. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to start saving some money. But as just a discount coach, there were times, so my, spring season started up and I would let those kind of, I don't want to say excuses roll back in, but it's just like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And so when I wasn't actively coaching and I didn't have clients of my own, I would still let myself fall into some of those bad routines. But I made the decision one day when I got in the mail a piece of paper. Actually, I just got it for this year. And it literally tells me you will retire in October 2048 at the age of 56, and you will make $2,000, $200, whatever, $2,000 a month. And it's basically saying, here's your life for the next 50 years. And as an educator, you can progress in income a little bit. I'm fortunate to work in a county where the more years I put in, the more income I get, and I can change salary lanes based on going back to school and getting more degrees. But it's not what I'm passionate about. Like, I'm not passionate about math, even though I teach it to high schoolers. And I realized that I didn't want somebody else to tell me what my life was going to be like. I didn't want somebody else to be able to dictate what my future is going to be and what my life could look like, that I want to take control of that. And I saw coaching as the opportunity to do so because it was something I had become passionate about. And so I started growing my own team and working the business and getting my own clients. And having clients of your own is takes the accountability group to a whole nother level, because like when I don't want to show up for myself, I'll show up for them because I have to lead by example. And it's the same thing with growing your team. So as an active coach with clients of your own, it gives you another layer of accountability. So it's not just you and it's not just the ladies in the group, but it's also the clients you're showing up for and your own coaches you're showing up for. So it helps keep that at the forefront of your mind, and it's turned health and fitness into more of a lifestyle than just a hobby. And it's given me, it's opened up my mind to be able to dream bigger dreams than I ever thought was possible, to recognize that I can be in control of my life and somebody else is not going to dictate what my future is going to look like for me. And just having that, opening my eyes to that possibility has just been a huge game changer for my mental health, as far as believing in myself to do things that I can set my mind to, which I never actually had before this community and completed my first program. So that's a little bit about my story, and just couldn't say enough about the community that this has given me, coming from a lifetime of team sports to then being all on my own for a few years to now finding my team again. And it's been wonderful.
My name's Victoria, and my story's completely different than everybody, I think. I started Carly and I went to college together, and so I knew her like before she started doing anything with Beachbody. And so I always like followed her, and then I started seeing her post a bunch of stuff about working out, and she was always posting her workouts. And I had another friend that was doing Beachbody at that same time, and I was super stubborn and wanted to do it by myself. So I signed up on my own and didn't have a coach. Like I had no idea what like the accountability groups were or anything like that. I just did it by myself. But still, like seeing Carly do it was kind of my accountability. Like I'd be laying on the couch and like wouldn't even open her stories because I knew she would be working out, and then it would make me feel like shit about myself. So anyways, I kind of did it like on my own, and then with my friend that lived closer to me, like once 80 Day Obsession came out, we kind of did that together and had that be our accountability group. And I started posting a little bit more in my stories about it, and then I started getting people asking me like what I was doing and all of that, and I helped somebody sign up with Beachbody, and after I did that, I was like, wait a minute, like what am I doing? Because I could have just like signed her up under me, because I knew the coaching thing and that I could get paid a little bit for it, but Carly never asked me to be a coach, and I think if she did, it was like, you should be a coach, and then like not talk about it anymore. So I really didn't have any idea what she was talking about, but I knew that I could get paid for it. So after I signed up, one of my friends, Heidi, I was sitting, also I'm a full-time NICU nurse, and so I work 3/12s and then I do this part-time. But anyways, I was sitting at work one day and I was like, I'm just gonna sign up to be a coach. Why not? And I literally I knew that I could get a discount for it, and that's the main reason why I wanted to do it, is because I wanted to start drinking Shakeology again. I just didn't want to pay the full price for it. And so I did that, and I texted Carly and I was like, hey, what's your coach ID? Because I'm signing up as a coach. And then after that, I started my own challenge group on my own, like never even asked how I was supposed to do it. I just kind of like figured it out and did it. And I just had a bunch of people. Once I said that I was a coach, it brought on like a new level of accountability for myself. So like ever since then, I like haven't missed a day. Like I always do whatever program tells me to do. Like I'm constantly posting about it because people are watching me now. And I just had like a ton of friends that I didn't realize would even do it, and like not close friends, but just like acquaintances and stuff from high school and all of that. And so like my first couple months doing it, it was super easy to get people to sign up, and it was kind of cool being that person that like all of these people were looking for fitness things to do, and I was able to like show them that it's actually super easy to get involved into. And so that has been really fun, just reconnecting with people in that part of it. And then I didn't realize like how amazing being a part of the coaching community would be. Like the accountability groups are one thing, but like coaching is like 100 times better than being in the accountability groups. And you like actually really get to know people, and like we talk all the time. We have like chats, and we get on these calls, and just like Leanna and Gina and I like all did it earlier this week, but you just like get on and chat with people and like get to know everybody from across the world. And it blows my mind every single day, like how many people there are out there that you could be friends with that you like have no idea that they exist. And even like my coaches now that are starting to work the business too, like I would have never met them, and I get like sad when I don't talk to them every day now. Like I would have never even met them if I hadn't gained more confidence in myself and was able to like reach out to people and like just ask about them. And so that's like what I like the most about being a coach. And for me, it's not so much of needing the money, but I've just like, it started to be like a hobby and a passion of mine. And like, I think back to like what I used to do when I wasn't at work, and I'm like, this fills my day like every single day, and I love doing it. And before, I like would sit on the couch and watch TV and like not do anything that was really bettering myself or making new connections with people or anything like that. And so it's just cool knowing that like when I'm not at work, I'm still doing something that's productive and like making me a better person, and like, I don't know, just being more interactive with people than just sitting here not doing anything. And it's also nice having something where I know that like it's all about how much work I put into it. And so like eventually I can control it to where I can go part-time with nursing, or I can be supplemental and only work like the days that I want to, and have this supplement that income that I would be missing with doing that. And it's just cool like having endless amount of possibilities that like this can bring me in my future, and like it can help with me not wanting to go to work as much, and like help if I want to move, and just all of that. I just like having I don't know how to say that, but also the company, like just watching Carly's stories and all of that. And like I haven't gone to Summit, or any Apples and I both didn't go to Summit, but just like seeing the company and being a part of something that's like constantly doing things to improve itself, and like it being focused around health and fitness, like that's never going to go out of style. And it's just like, it's really cool being a part of that kind of movement. And like what you are selling to people, like I don't feel like it's me selling anything to them, because like everybody needs fitness in their life, and everyone needs to be educated on health. And I just like doing something that's like that, and I don't look at it as me like selling anything if that's something that you're worried about. And it's cool that it's really like, if you want to walk with it, like that's fine. And if you want to like dive into it and like go all in, then that's cool too. And so it's really just something that you can make what you want of it. Okay, Apples.
Not gonna lie, you guys, I wasn't prepared at all. But it really just started off, my journey just started off with the fact that I gained like 25 pounds when I moved to California. And I'm really little, and so even 5 pounds is noticeable on me. And I've always been really petite my whole life. Like my entire life, I shopped in the slim section, not because I wanted to, but because I like had to. All of my jeans had the elastics on them, so they would be like smaller. So being 25 pounds heavier in like the freaking bikini state was like the worst thing possible, especially since I was like, I had like made this whole idea up in my head about like, oh, when I move to California, like I'm gonna be so brave. I'm gonna do all these things, like I'm gonna find yoga studios to teach at, because I'm a yoga teacher, I'm certified, and I'm gonna do all these things, and like California, I'm gonna blossom. And like the first year, like I like just didn't blossom whatsoever. I got a second job. I was tired and miserable. Like all we would eat was like In-N-Out, Little Caesars pizza, and mashed potatoes and chicken, because I was like busy so much with work, and Isaac didn't know how to make dinner. And so the only thing he knew how to make was mashed potatoes and chicken, and not like baked chicken, like healthy chicken, like no, fucking fried and like tons of oil type of chicken. So like all of that, I was feeling miserable. I was looking even more miserable. And like as much as I was so like self-conscious and insecure, I still went to the beach and like I would try my best to just like not look at other girls, and I just didn't like how I felt. I didn't go to the gym even though I had a gym membership. I went once and was like, this is stupid. Like all I did was run, and like I don't feel any better. If anything, like my knees are hurting. Like this isn't working for me. And I had no idea how to eat. Like I grew up in a Hispanic family. Um, Hispanics don't pay attention to their health. Like it just is what it is. Like beans, chicken, rice. My mom like hamburger and potatoes weekly, like daily. You guys, that's pretty much what we had every day for dinner with like beans and tortilla. Like that's what it was. And so like see, like Mexican food is delicious, but it's not the best. So like I had no idea how to like properly feed myself. I would try to do Pinterest ideas. I followed so many food bloggers, and I would try to like do a little bit of everything. So I would eat this like weird smoothie in the morning that like I would add spirulina in, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like, hey, like they do it and they look good, so maybe it'll work for me. And then I would like eat like a giant bowl of fruit for no reason with like a granola bar and like some Pringles for lunch on like a 12-hour day. I was just a hot mess express, and I was scrolling through Explore page and I found my coach, and I was like, if I could even look like her before photo, I'd be happy. Like I don't have to look like her after. Like I just want to look like her before at least. I didn't think she was actually going to message me when I applied for her boot camp because I saw how many followers she had, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to get picked. Like, no, there's no way. So then when she actually messaged me, I was like, oh my God, yes. I signed up. I think it took like a month because I was like, okay, well, I need to save some money, so give me a second. So then I like messaged her super quickly. The 1st of September, I remember like filling out the link in her bio again, and then like emailing her as well and being like, hi, hello, I'm ready, like sign me up. I don't know when your boot camp is, but I'm ready to do this. I fell in love with the community. Like I was like, this is so awesome. Like I've never been surrounded by women who are trying to do the same thing I'm doing, who are sitting here like also feeling the way I'm feeling. That part was just like amazing for me. And it made me feel less alone because my fiance Isaac, like he could eat, I'm not even joking, you guys, he could eat like all the food that In-N-Out has, and he would gain 1 pound. 1 pound. And it wouldn't affect him. I could eat like a burger and I'm going to gain like 5, And so he was no help, not in a bad way, but just in a way he's a guy and he didn't understand. So he was not the best in supporting like my veggie eating, and he also doesn't like veggies, so it just wasn't working. So like to have women that understood what I meant when like I said I cannot have an In-N-Out burger today. Like I just can't. Like I'm gonna feel awful all week. That was so empowering for me. And then to feel like I knew what I was doing and I knew what I was talking about with like nutrition was another thing that I was like, wow, this is so cool. So much so that I was like, Mom, you should really do this with me. Or I remember I found a couple people who were also following my coach that I knew, and I would message them and I was like, oh my God, I see that you also follow Carly. Like you should work out with us. And like I had no idea what I was saying, but I was like, you should fill out the link in her bio and work out with us. It'd be so cool to like know someone that works out too. So like I think it was almost at the end of the challenge group the boot camp that I was part of, and Carly was like emailed me and was like, hey, like I think you should be a coach. You'd be really good at it. You're already commenting on all of our posts. You're pretty much doing what I'm doing. And I was like, okay, sure, what do I do? And she's like, oh, all you do is fill out this link and then I'll refund you your sign up fee. And I was like, okay, cool. So I did, and I like filled it out, and I was like, oh my God, Isaac, I'm a coach now. And he was like, you're a coach? What the hell are you doing? Why are you a coach? And I was like, well, Carly said I'd be good, so I got to do it. I mean, she said. I like had no idea what I was doing. I signed up in October as a coach. It'll actually be on the 9th, on Tuesday. That'll be a year. But I literally did nothing in terms of coaching until February, which I wish I would have started sooner because I was kind of wishy-washy with my own fitness journey until then, until I realized that like I can't be in retail for my whole life. I just can't do it. Like I know I want so much more for myself, and like the dreams that I have, I'm never going to be able to accomplish working retail. I don't care if I'm on like the corporate aspect of it or I'm in the store aspect of it. Like, it's just not going to happen. I want to buy a house in California. Isaac and I want to adopt. Like, I cannot do those things on that type of money. Like, it's just not a realistic thing unless I want to struggle. And I don't want to bring children into our family only for all of us to struggle together. I've lived that my whole life, and I want my kids to have a different life, especially if I'm like adopting. Like, I want them to have the best life possible, because I can't even imagine how they already feel living the life that they're in right now. So for me, I was like, no, Isaac, I think this is our way out. I'm watching Carly, and like, she's doing these things, and she's like working from home. I could be a stay-at-home mom one day. Like, Isaac, I think this is like our answer to all of our problems. And he was like, okay, sure. Like, yeah, whatever, do whatever you want. Like, cool. And I was like, okay, well, you got to work out with me now. So I kind of like started getting him into it. And then it just kind of turned into me starting to like low key share. And the first couple people I ever signed up were like old coworkers, and I was like, thank you so much for believing in me. But that's really how I got started. It was just about me being like, wow, I feel awful and I want to feel good. That's really it.
Hi. I was just gonna ask if you have questions before we get off, or if we answered your question.
Sure. I mean, I signed up for a coach or to be a coach under Angie because I was stalking her casually, and started stalking some of you casually, so that's awkward. And I just, so I'm currently in a physical therapy doctorate right now, so I'm surrounded by fitness all the time, and I just like started to notice that I was slacking in comparison to all of my classmates, because we all have to take our tops off all the time to practice techniques, and I was self-conscious, and I didn't used to be so much. And so I signed up and I was all excited, but right now I just feel like I think it's a lack of